If, like us, you're the kind of traveler who just cannot say no to a vibrant local market, then today you are in for an absolute treat. We are diving into some of our favorite markets across Spain and Portugal, places filled with color, flavor, and that unmistakable local charm. Whether you are hunting for fresh produce or just soaking in the lively atmosphere, there's something truly special waiting for you at every stall. So join us as we explore the heart and soul of these incredible markets together. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hello, welcome to the channel where we want you to be happier traveling through Spain and Portugal with the help of our videos and of our self-guided walking tours. The customary clarifications. We have only included daily markets, so flea markets that operate just once a week aren't part of this list. Also, we are sharing only the markets we've actually been to ourselves. We're sure there are many wonderful markets out there, but if we haven't visited them, we cannot include them here. And make sure to stay with us till the end of the video to find out why 3 very famous markets didn't make the cut, and to discover our absolute 2 favorites. In no particular order, vamos allá. The Mercado do Campo de Ourique is the beating heart of one of Lisbon's most beloved neighborhoods. Originally opened in 1934, this market beautifully blends the classic charm of a traditional Portuguese market with the trendy energy of a gourmet food hall. It was completely revamped in 2013, and today it's as much a social hangout as it is a place to shop. Locals come for fresh fish, fruit and flowers during the day and for wine, snacks and conversation at night. Inside you will find a bright modern space filled with food stalls offering fresh produce with ample space for fish stalls, and then the gourmet section where you can eat from freshly shucked oysters and sushi to traditional Portuguese dishes. It's relaxed, fun, and the perfect spot to enjoy good food without the crowds of more touristy markets like the Mercado da Ribera. While you visit the market, you will fill your eyes and, if you want to, your stomach as well. The Mercado Central de Abastos in Cádiz dates back to 1838. The market was most recently restored between 2007 and 2009. It offers a rich variety of fresh local products, including fish and seafood, regional meats, fruits and vegetables. The market comes particularly alive during the red tuna fishing season in spring, when fresh tuna fills the stalls, creating an especially lively and exciting atmosphere for both locals and visitors. The central part of the market is occupied by its colorful stalls. Surrounding the central market area, there are several more shops and bars where visitors can enjoy a quick bite, making the market not only a place for shopping, but also for tasting local flavors and soaking up the lively ambience. If you want to try a local flavor, our recommendation is the wonderful Payoyo goat cheese, a true local delicacy you will only find easily in this part of Spain. Look for it at the market's cheese stalls for an authentic taste of Cádiz. The Mercado Central de Salamanca is the oldest food market in the city, built between 1899 and 1909. It features a stunning 19th century iron and glass structure which allows natural light to flood the interior, creating an airy and inviting atmosphere. It's not a large market and contains a few dozen stalls selling a wide variety of goods, including fresh produce and regional specialties you should not miss, such as the extraordinary guijuelo ham. Located just steps from Salamanca's Plaza Mayor main square, the market is a vibrant hub for locals and tourists alike, showcasing the best of the province's gastronomy. If you visit the market, don't miss the chance to try the renowned jamón ibérico de Guijuelo. Cured ham from nearby Guijuelo, absolutely extraordinary. You will find market stalls selling vacuum-packed slices you can take to your accommodation and enjoy with a glass of wine. The Mercado Central de Zaragoza is an architectural gem from the early 20th century, completed in 1903. It stands out as one of the few remaining examples of modernist market halls in Spain, combining elements of stone, brick, iron and glass, reminiscent of the grand European markets of that era. The rectangular basilica-style building features 3 naves with a higher central nave topped by a wooden roof and iron framework. Decorative motifs inspired by agriculture, hunting, fishing and local products adorn the facade and interior, including symbolic designs like the lion rampant, a symbol of Zaragoza. A major renovation completed in 2020 restored its brightness and functionality. The bars inside the market might not be anything to write home about, but don't let that stop you from enjoying something truly special: the region's incredible fruit. When you're here, be sure to try the juicy cherries in June and July, or if you visit between September and November, grab some of the delicious peaches. They are some of the best you'll find anywhere in Spain. The Mercado de Abastos in Santiago de Compostela is a notable architectural and cultural landmark in the city. Completed in 1941. This eclectic style market building replaced earlier structures dating back to the 19th century, incorporating traditional Galician granite masonry with modern construction techniques. The market is laid out on 8 granite nave-like pavilions arranged around a central square with a fountain, featuring large semicircular windows that flood the interior with natural light. The design of the market reflects the urban fabric of Santiago, blending modernism with references to Romanesque architecture emblematic of the city's heritage. The building's modern form respects the layout of older markets while introducing hygienic improvements of the early 20th century. The Mercado de Abastos in Santiago isn't just a place to grab fresh food to take home. Nope, you can actually buy your goodies and have them cooked right there at the market. Talk about fresh. Make sure you keep an eye out for the seafood, which is seriously amazing. And don't forget to try some of the spectacular Galician cheese. Honestly, it's hard to get fresher or more delicious than that. The Mercado de la Bretxa in San Sebastián, Donostia, dates all the way back to 1870, with expansions added in 1898. Fun fact, its name Bretxa comes from the breaches made in the city walls during invasions in the early 19th century. Originally, the market had an open U-shaped design with a central courtyard, which was covered later on. Today, the big 19th century building has turned into a shopping center, so you will not find the market stalls inside this space. Instead, head down the escalators to the basement beneath the Pescaderia, the fish market building. Wander through the stalls and you will quickly see the passion these vendors have for top quality food, especially the incredible fish and seafood from the Bay of Biscay. Along with fresh fish, you will find meats, sausages, cheese, and other delicious delights from the rich local gastronomy. One cool curiosity is the old clockwork mechanism used for the auction of bonito, a local tuna fish. We don't have tasting recommendations here, but grabbing a good local cheese, how about an idiazabal, to enjoy later is always a solid plan. The Mercado de la Ribera opened its doors in 1929 and is a striking example of rationalist and Art Deco architecture. It replaced an older building that just didn't cut it anymore. Poor ventilation and cramped spaces were holding it back. The current market is a big, modern, reinforced concrete structure that stretches 134 meters long and has 2 floors. What's really cool about this market is how it is designed. No interior columns, so the space feels open, airy and full of natural light. Sitting right by the Nervión River and framed by 2 historic bridges, it's a beautiful spot. After a big flood in 1983, the market had to be renovated. Now, on the first floor, you will find La Ribera Gastro Plaza, a gourmet market where you can hunt for beers, wines, cheese, sausages, and of course, the famous local pinchos. We wouldn't say it's our top choice for pincho eating in Bilbao, but hey, if something catches your eye, don't hesitate, give it a try. The Mercado de las Atarazanas in Málaga is a real treasure, both in history and architecture. It was built in the late 19th century on the site of an old Moorish shipyard from the 14th century, which is why you will find that stunning Moorish gate still standing proud at the entrance. Designed between 1876 and 1879, the market beautifully blends iron and glass in a style typical of that era, while the Arabic inspiration decorative touches give it a unique charm that really stands out in the city center. Today, it's buzzing with life, offering everything from fresh fish to delicious meats and regional specialties. Inside, the market keeps its historic vibe, but has also been updated to make shopping a pleasure. If you are wondering what to try, just grab whatever fruit catches your eye. Local produce here is outstanding, with amazing mangoes, avocados and custard apples that you won't want to miss. The Mercado Victoria in Córdoba is actually the first gourmet market to open in all of Andalusia, and it is a foodie's dream come true. With more than 20 stalls serving up a wide range of local, national and international dishes, you are sure to find something that tickles your taste buds. The market itself is housed in a beautifully restored 19th century building that used to be a fair pavilion, giving it a cool mix of history and modern vibes. Plus, it has a lively atmosphere, especially in the trendy night bar where you can hang out and soak up the city's nightlife. What's great about Mercado de la Victoria is that it's not just a tourist hangout, it's packed with locals too. You'll see a mix of locals and visitors, creating a fun and authentic vibe. If you're wondering what to try, you cannot go wrong with the local favorites like salmorejo and mazamorra, both delicious cold soups, along with rabo de toro, oxtail, and berenjenas con miel, fried eggplants with honey. If you want to see more of these must-try dishes, check out our video on Córdoba for all the tasty details. The Mercado Municipal de Loulé is a real standout with its colorful neo-Moorish architecture that feels straight out of a storybook. Built in 1908, this market is known for its beautiful tiles, grand archways, and those 4 eye-catching turrets that give it a unique charm you will not forget. It's a perfect mix of old and new, especially after a renovation that updated the facilities but kept all the historic vibes intact. Step inside and you will find stalls full of fresh, locally sourced goodies. Think fish and seafood fresh from the nearby coast, flavorful fruits and veggies, and tasty regional treats. On Saturdays, things get even livelier with an outdoor farmers market right outside. Whether you're picking up ingredients to cook at home or just browsing around, there's plenty of deliciousness and local flavor to soak up here. The Mercado de Triana in Seville sits proudly in Plaza del Altozano, built way back in 1823, right on top of what used to be the Castle of St. George, a medieval fortress with a pretty dark history as the seat of the Spanish Inquisition. The market was made to serve the lively Triana neighborhood, a place famous for flamenco, ceramics, and a strong local culture that you can still feel in the air. It's been through a few changes over the years, and in 2001 it got a complete makeover that gave it a modern touch while keeping the historic charm alive. During those renovations, they uncovered archaeological remains of the castle and an old cemetery, which are now part of a public display that adds a fascinating slice of history to your visit. Today, the market is bustling with nearly 100 stalls selling everything under the sun, from fresh fish and meats to fruit, veggies, cheese, and baked treats. If you are wondering what to grab, cheese and cured meats are two of our favorite picks here. And while we're hopping from market to market, it's the perfect time to grab a quick coffee, thanks to some amazing friends of the channel who've treated us through Buy Me a Coffee. Honestly, it keeps the camera steady and the energy high. If you'd like to say thanks to, or just make sure we stay caffeinated for the next market, you will find a link in the first comment below the video. Cheers! The Mercado do Bolhão in Porto is one of the city's most iconic markets, originally built between 1914 and 1917. It was constructed on the site of an earlier market. The building is a fine example of neoclassical architecture with influences from the École des Beaux-Arts, combining granite masonry with iron and glass elements typical of early 20th century European markets. Notable features include a large rectangular layout and a central courtyard with a fountain. The Mercado do Bolhão has long been a central meeting place for locals, offering fresh fish, meats, fruits, vegetables, and traditional Portuguese products. Despite several renovations, including a major restoration completed in 2022, it still retains its historic charm and character. The market is celebrated not only for its culinary offerings, but also as a cultural landmark embodying the spirit of Porto and its culinary traditions. The Mercado do Livramento in Setúbal is truly something special. It first opened back in 1876 and took on the beautiful form we see today in 1930. One of the things that makes it famous worldwide is the stunning interior decorated with more than 5,000 azulejo tiles. These colorful tiles tell the story of Setúbal's rich agriculture and fishing traditions and adds so much character to the market. This place is still a real heart of daily life in Setúbal, bustling with stalls full of fresh fish and seafood, fruits, vegetables, and all the traditional local goodies you can imagine. It went through modern renovations in 2010-2011. The fish stalls here, honestly, the variety and quality you will find in them are unlike anywhere else on the Iberian Peninsula. Feeling a little peckish? Grab a small piece of local cheese. It is sold in small portions in some of the stalls, with some fresh bread from the market's bakery, or treat yourself to one of the local sweets. Tortas de aceitão are sensational. It's a perfect way to taste the flavors of Setúbal while soaking in the lively market atmosphere. The Mercado de Olhão occupied two red brick buildings dating back to 1916, right by the waterfront, surrounded by cozy cafes and lively bars. Their unique brick, iron and glass architecture stands out beautifully from the more traditional whitewashed buildings nearby. Each market building is topped with 4 glazed towers, making them pretty unforgettable landmarks. Inside, one building is dedicated just to fresh fish and seafood, and it's known as one of the best fish markets in the Algarve. You will find a stunning variety of fish caught fresh from the nearby waters of the Atlantic Ocean. The other building offers fruits, vegetables, meat, flowers, and all sorts of regional products that show off the local flavors. The markets are a bustling hub of local life, popular with both residents and tourists. And if you want to take a break, step outside and you will find plenty of bars that are full of energy, especially with tourists. On a sunny day, the perfect place for a relaxing pit stop after exploring the market. The Mercat Central de Tarragona was inaugurated in 1915. Built to centralize the city's various open-air markets into a covered and hygienic space, the market features a modernist architectural style with a rectangular layout. Its main structure consists of 3 naves with iron columns supporting pointed arches and a wooden roof, allowing for an airy, well-lit interior with large windows on the facades. The market strongly reflects the elegance of the early 20th century Catalan modernism, Art Nouveau, with ornamental wrought iron doors, ceramic details on the roof, and stylish lettering on the building's exterior. After nearly a century, the market underwent a major renovation between 2007 and 2017. Despite modernization, the remodel preserved the historic structure's essence and the original ceramic roof design. Today, the Mercat Central de Tarragona houses around 40 stalls selling a wide range of fresh, high-quality local products, as well as offering food bars where visitors can eat and drink. The Mercat Central de Valencia is not just any market, it's a true architectural and cultural gem. Opened in 1928, it's one of the best examples of Valencian Art Nouveau you will ever see. The market covers over 18,000 square meters and has this cool polygonal shape filled with gorgeous iron columns, stained glass windows and ceramic tiles. Step inside and you will be amazed by the huge central dome that soars 30 meters high. All that natural light gives the place this almost cathedral-like feeling. Inside you will find nearly 1,000 stalls packed with fresh fruits, veggies, meats, fish and local goodies, making it the biggest fresh produce market in all of Europe. Whether you're a foodie or just love soaking in lively, vibrant markets, the Central Market is the place to spend a few hours wandering through all the different sections, discovering amazing flavors and local treasures at every turn. The Mercado de Colón, the Columbus Market, is definitely earning its spot on our list, though not for being a typical local market. Instead, it's all about the stunning architecture here. Built between 1914 and 1916, this beautiful modernist building is one of Valencia's architectural gems, inspired by the likes of Gaudí, with colorful ceramic details and elegant ironwork. It's bright, airy, and feels more like a grand cultural space than your usual market. Today, Mercado de Colón is more of a small gourmet market and foodie hotspot than a traditional fresh produce market. You will find some great shops and cozy cafes inside, perfect for enjoying a leisurely coffee or a bite to eat in a gorgeous setting. So, if you're a fan of beautiful spaces or modernist architecture, this market is a must-see, even if you are not doing a major grocery run. The Mercat del Olivar is Palma's largest and most important covered market, and it's been a city staple since it opened in 1951. The building itself has that lovely Mediterranean vibe with 2 big halls that meet in the middle, opening up into a bright, welcoming square. Like the market is giving you a warm hug as you walk in. It's gone through a few updates over the years, with the latest in 2003, making it even more functional, but it still keeps its original charm. Inside you will find a massive range of fresh produce, from seasonal fruits and vegetables to top-notch fish and seafood caught straight from the Mediterranean. That part of the market with the fish stalls is absolutely mesmerizing. There's also plenty of meat, cheese and local specialties to explore. And if you are a foodie, the market's tapas bars are a real treat. The Mercado do Bom Sucesso in Porto is a fantastic blend of old and new. Originally built in the early 1950s, this market has undergone a major facelift to become a vibrant culinary hub full of life and flavor. It's located in a beautifully designed building that cleverly works with the natural slope of the area, offering 3 floors filled with eateries. It is a gourmet market and a great place to relax after a day of exploring Porto, with plenty of eateries and bars where locals and visitors alike come to unwind and share stories. And now for something a little different. The Mercat dels Encants in Barcelona. This market is one of the oldest in Europe, with roots stretching all the way back to the 1300s. It started out as an open-air flea market where folks sold all sorts of used goods and antiques, often just laid out right on the ground. Over centuries, the market moved around Barcelona a few times before finally settling in its current iconic spot near Plaça de les Glòries in 2013. The new building is a showstopper, with its mirrored stainless steel roof soaring about 25 meters high. This shiny canopy reflects the hustle and bustle below, creating a feeling of lightness and openness that's pretty amazing. The market is open on all sides, blending the indoors and outdoors and making it feel more like a giant covered plaza than a traditional market. Inside you will find around 500 stalls selling everything from antiques and collectibles to furniture, clothes and all sorts of unique finds. It's a vibrant spot loved by locals and tourists alike. There are a few bars up on the higher level, but honestly this visit is more about entertaining your eyes than filling your stomach. And hey, if you really want to experience Barcelona, Madrid and some other amazing Spanish cities like a true local, don't miss our self-guided walking tours. These come packed with detailed itineraries, insider tips and everything you need to explore the heart of each city. No guidebooks or tour groups required. It's like having a local friend show you all the best spots. Give them a look and get ready to discover your new favorite corner of Spain. If you're wandering through Barcelona looking for a market with real character, Mercat de Santa Caterina should be on your list. This is the city's oldest covered market, originally built between 1844 and 1848, right on top of what used to be the convent of Santa Caterina. It was designed with neoclassical flair and played a huge role as the main spot for locals to stock up on food. The place is steeped in history. During recent renovations, they even uncovered historical remains, which you can now see in a little museum space inside the market. Fast forward to 1997-2005 and the market got a major facelift, transforming it into one of the most eye-catching buildings in Barcelona. The first thing you will notice is the roof. This wave of colorful ceramics was inspired by Gaudi's mosaic style, using over 300,000 tiles to bring the nearby fruit and veg stalls to life. Step inside and you find a warm modern space filled with wood, concrete and splashes of metal, all coming together to make you feel instantly at home. Inside the market you will see many locals going about the grocery shopping, just like always here in Santa Caterina. Don't miss Bar Joan in one corner of the market. If you are after tasty tapas or a great value daily set menu, it's a local favorite and a real treat during your visit. Last but definitely not least is the spectacular Mercat de Sant Antoni, absolute icon in Barcelona's market scene. This place first opened its doors in 1882 and quickly became one of the city's biggest and busiest markets. Originally, it was just an open-air market right where the city walls used to stand. Built as part of Barcelona's ensanche, Barcelona's expansion, it was actually the first major market outside the old city walls, designed to help feed the city's growing population. Its massive iron structure, full of geometric shapes, made people stop and take notice at the time. One thing that makes San Antonio unique is that it's actually 3 markets in one. You've got the fresh food market, the Encants market for clothes and non-food knickknacks, and the super popular Sunday book market, which is a real magnet for locals and book lovers alike. After a big renovation finished in 2018, the market now blends its gorgeous 19th century architecture with modern spaces and several underground levels for even more shops and services. And thanks to some lucky excavations, you can even check out ancient Roman remains right inside, giving your shopping trip a cool dash of history. And that's our list of favorite markets in Spain and Portugal. You will see now on the map the location of the cities we have visited during the program, so you can check whether your next trip will take you near any or many of those markets. Now, you might be wondering why some of the most famous markets in Spain and Portugal, such as the Mercado de San Miguel in Madrid, the Mercat de la Boqueria in Barcelona, and the Mercado da Ribera, also known as Time Out Market in Lisbon, didn't make the cut. And the truth is they didn't make the cut because tourism has really changed these places. Mercado de San Miguel and the Time Out Market are now packed with tourists hunting for fancy, overpriced food. And La Boqueria isn't the local go-to for groceries like it once was. But absolutely check them out if you love beautiful architecture. Those modernist iron buildings in Madrid and Barcelona are a sight to see. So which market stole our hearts? In Portugal, it has to be Mercado do Livramento in Setúbal. It's still buzzing with locals, bursting with fresh seafood and local produce, and covered in amazing tile artwork that celebrates the city's traditions. Seriously, it's a feast for both the eyes and the taste buds. And in Spain, top honors go to Valencia's Central Market, a jaw-dropping example of Valencian modernism with a dazzling iron and glass dome and more fresh food than you could ever hope to carry home. Huge thanks for joining us on this tasty tour. Whether you're a hardcore foodie, a travel lover, or just someone who enjoys the lively hum of local life, these markets serve up an unbeatable mix of culture, history, and flavor. We hope this guide helps you discover a new favorite or several ones on your next trip. And hey, right now on the screen you will see our list of videos dedicated to Spanish food. More delicious inspiration to plan your culinary adventures. We're waiting for you from now on those videos.